Alright. Alright, so today we watching what that ain't. I'm gonna die. We watching 10 upcoming superhero games that excite us, the gamer community, as in us. Alright, that's who is exciting. So of course I'm excited. Alright, let's come on. This looks like Logan, right?
Level.
Yo!
Fresh takes that are not just licensed cash grabs. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, 10 upcoming superhero games that excite us. Starting off at number 10, it's Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. Is this a crossover episode? Yes, it is. Obviously. It's a Black Panther versus...
Bro, literally me and my friends were just talking about this. Well, they were talking about this while I was listening. They were talking about some Captain America and Black Panther. I seen it, but like, I ain't see it though. I seen it, but I ain't see it though.
Captain America versus Hydra story. It's actually T'Challa's grandfather, and Captain America's Captain America. He's old. Skydance brings us a game helmed by Amy Hennig, the creator and director of Uncharted. You got Unreal Engine 5 visuals and some inspiration from the 2010 comic series Captain America / Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers. Honestly, it looks like a pretty cool game. We don't have an exact date, but it's set to release this year on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC.
This year,
at number 9 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, a kind of sad version.
Teenage what? Oh. They got a game coming out? What? I didn't even know about this. Nickelodeon? No way.
Of, well, big turtles fight things. This one's based on the acclaimed IDW comic series. It's an action RPG, and you're the lone surviving turtle in
RPG.
a dystopian New York City. This one's coming to us from Black Forest Games by way of THQ Nordic. It's drawing heavy inspiration from, I think, the God of War type action RPG, which is not quite Dark Souls, but certainly not quite Devil May Cry. It's the slower, leans towards Souls, but not that.
Hold on, this could be tough. This could be so tough. Whoa. Okay.
Kind of game exactly thing. And I'm actually, I think that would work very well for the idea that it's got. These sort of contemplative, emotional stories in which you need good gameplay as well. That's kind of like a great template for that. So this game was actually officially revealed.
Bro, I wonder if it's like going to tell the backstory of how he became the... Because there's like many timelines, right? There's like the Crane one, Shredder one. Like, bro... Explain, please.
Back in August of 2023.
Maybe that's the whole game.
But we don't have a specific release date. It's just a really good-looking, very different Ninja Turtles game. It just tosses out the whole Saturday morning cartoon vibe. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja John Wick, I guess. It's coming to the PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. At number 8 is Dispatch, a world where superheroes aren't just battling villains, but they're also navigating the
Go back.
Dispatch, a world where superheroes aren't just battling.
Who that right there? Who that? I don't want this. Like, what is this, bro? Demonic, bro. Succubus, bro. Why is she muscular, though? Hold on. You remember that one dude, Devilman? No, not Devilman. Bro, I forgot his name. But who this right here, though? Hold on.
Villain.
Nah, I don't even want that because, like, why is she with her, bro? No, bro.
But they're also navigating the treacherous waters of office politics. So this comes to us from Ad Hoc Studio, an offshoot of Telltale Games.
Telltale? Hold on, what?
This comes to us from Ad Hoc Studio, an offshoot of Telltale Games. It's people who used to work there. People who worked on The Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands. People who know what they're doing with narrative-driven games. People who make the narrative-driven games that people like. Lord knows there's more than a few narrative-driven games that people are just like, this isn't really a game. These are the guys that make those types of games and make them so that people don't get mad. Dispatch is basically a story where you are Mecha Man and your mech suit is out of commission. So instead of saving the world directly, you have to manage a team from misfit heroes from the dispatch center, the superhero dispatch center. It's an interesting idea, I would say. And it combines elements of strategic management to what you might know of the Telltale Games paradigm. And I think that's a good idea because I think Telltale is one of those studios that really created something interesting. It's just, it needed to go somewhere.
What?
Between mismanagement.
No! No way this was a game. No way. No way this was a game.
And basically making the same game with a bunch of different templates. I like the idea they're adding a different mechanic in. Management also not what I would expect, which also intrigues me. So this is basically like a less glamorous, yet probably equally important aspect of being a hero. And also we have to imagine that because Mecha Man is normally a hero, his suit's just out of commission. There's some element.
All right, who was that?
Mecha Man is normally a hero. His suit's
red lips. Nah,
it's just out of commission. There's some element of the story that will take you into Mecha Man's suit. Dispatch is set to release this year on PS5, Xbox
Red lips, that's her. It's her. It's her. Why does she kind of look like a Sasuke type character?
And PC. I would guess you'll probably see it on Switch.
That
too,
man!
This type of game is usually not on the cutting edge, but we don't really know either. And number 7 is Marvel's Iron Man. Tony Stark finally gets the solo spotlight after years of playing second fiddle in ensemble casts and forgettable tie-in games. Motive, known for Star Wars Squadrons and the Dead Space remake, is who is making this game.
This could be tough. This could be tough. This could be tough. Yo, have y'all ever played, what was that one game called, bro? Anthem, bro? Y'all played that game, bro? If they do it like that, but better, because, you know, Anthem, like, if you actually know about Anthem, bro, you know they got problems. Hold on, let me find out that they fixed their problems, bro. Bro, I don't think the people are playing it anymore. The top one was from 8 months ago, and then it was 3 years ago. Oh,
game.
Geez.
EA bringing us a solo AAA Marvel's Iron Man. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game.
Miles Morales,
original story. And honestly, my hope is that the Dead Space remake kind of informs what we might be getting here. If you think about it, there's actually a fair amount of similarity between Isaac Clarke's suit and the Iron Man suit. However, we also have to think about the fact that these are two types of things that would be paced incredibly differently. Iron Man, of course, would be high octane, high action, or at least I would assume so. And honestly, I think there's a lot of potential here. So let's keep an eye on it. It's announced for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Don't have a date yet, though. Moving on to number 6, it's The Wolf Among Us 2. So Telltale Games, which is now kind of the same company, kind of a different company, and Ad Hoc Studio, the studio we were just talking about with Dispatch, Telltale Games, which is based on a comic, but I mean, maybe that's a controversial statement. I might be wrong. Original voice actors that people it's like kind of a superhero game, but if you think about something, and this is put Unreal Engine 5. It's on a number 5. It's the superhero simulator. If you ever wanted to,
why did we consider The Wolves Among Us a superhero game? No.
Flex a villain into low Earth orbit without the burden of a tragic backstory. Superhero Simulator is here to make your weird dream a reality. This chaotic-looking sandbox with fully destructible everything.
I knew it was
where
a
you can mix powers
like
you're crafting a smoothie made of pure mayhem. I don't know. You start as a regular civilian, but you unlock powers like fireballs, lasers, super strength, telekinesis, blah, blah, blah. And you can combine that stuff to create your own crime-fighting style. Kind of looks like prototype with a
This
hint
look
of totally
trash.
accurate battle simulator. Like you have a whole
This
bunch of
look
physics-based
trash.
gameplay stuff that makes your powers look like really cool, but they also interact
gonna go
with
to
the
6 and then
environment
we gonna,
in
we
what
gonna
has
cut
to
it.
be very cool, catastrophic, and often hilarious ways. I don't know. This is one that I've actually been paying attention to for
Why?
a while. It looks really
Yeah, that
cool.
tells me what
It's
type
going to
of
land in early access later in the year on PC. My hope is that this is a hidden gem and rocks everybody's socks off.
Yeah, no.
Arcane doing Blade. Okay, so we're all very, very sad about Arcane Austin being closed, but we're all very, very happy
Arcane.
that Arcane Lyon is still in existence.
Wait, what?
Because they're the original Arcane. They did Dishonored, and although Prey is arguably the best Arcane game, and
Okay.
the studio
I
that
remember this
was
game.
most
I didn't
heavily
play
involved
it.
in making that is no more, Dishonored is Arcane. And a Blade game made by Arcane is what Redfall probably should have been. In fact, in a lot of ways, seeing this is probably seeing what they should have been allowed to do with a
Whoa.
vampire-themed game. There is a difference here.
Blade?
Marvel's Blade is going to shift to third person, but I have a feeling that is a decision to make it more appealing. I
Okay.
have a feeling it's still very much going to be
Not
an
bad, not
immersive
bad.
sim, because I think that they have learned their lesson, Microsoft that is, in
Right,
terms of
first person
allowing
for Blade.
Arcane to do what Arcane does. Or at least I hope they have.
Third person
Maybe
sounds
that's
so
wishful
cool.
thinking. Maybe I'm projecting. I don't know. I hope.
Why
we don't
does
have
he
any
look
word on a
kind of
place.
tough? What? Bro, I got canines too. We not that comfortable yet to like for me to show you, but you know what I'm saying.
Station release, but
I
given
got
the
to.
evolving landscape on platform exclusivity, probably keep an eye on it. But we do know the game is coming to Xbox Series and PC. We do not know exactly when, though. Moving on to number 3,
Alrighty, you know, there's a little, you know what I'm saying, like a little, you know what I'm saying, like a little sneak peek of what's to come. Look, go ahead and get that off my screen. Alright, yeah, so, not bad. I am a little tired. My bad, twin. My bad. But, yeah, so if you wanna see more reactions, go ahead and like and subscribe and make sure you hit the bell. Cause if you don't hit the bell, you won't know what I sell. Hold on. I'm not selling you nothing. Unless you trying to cut that out. Redo. I don't even know what I'm out, bruh. I'm gonna see y'all, bruh.